I guess we can go introducing each other in order.
Yes. So I'll go first since I'm gonna go ahead and just start doing the like kind of like the introductory section. My name is Mark. I am an economics major, currently looking to switch into computer science, and my hometown is Los Angeles. Do we should we introduce everybody and then just go ahead and start doing the section, or go like one by one?
Yeah, so I'll go next. Hello, guys. I'm Briana de Leon. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. I am a psychology major, and I grew up in the Miami-Dade area.
Mm.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chanita Jacques. I'm a biology major, and my hometown is Lehigh Acres, Florida.
Hello, everyone. My name is Janae Newman. I am a international relations major, and my hometown is Kingston, Jamaica.
Wow,
Nice, nice.
I love it. Okay. What we decided to do for our podcast, for those, for anyone who may be listening or, drafting to listen to ours, we kind of, since we're covering the evolution and golden era of hip hop in general, we decided to kind of split things up. First, I'll talk about kind of like what genres and what, socioeconomic factors led to the development of hip hop. And then I think Janae, right? Or was it Chanita? You had the next section, I believe.
Yes, I'll talk about the first hip hop artists and songs.
And then
We're talking about the evolution of hip hop.
And I will be talking about the debate of what truly is the golden age of hip hop.
okay, I love it. Okay. So I'll go ahead and just start off with, what kind of factors led to the creation and development of hip hop. No surprise to anyone, the kind of birthplace and foundation of it is New York City, NYC, why they call it the Mecca of hip hop. It started kind of in the 1970s, all throughout, especially the early 70s. And it kind of rose due to, some political and economic factors that were taking place around the city during the time. The economy was, not in a good place at all. It was going to crap. And the reason for this was, manufacturing was kind of moving out of the city. And actually there was a highway called the Cross Bronx Expressway, which at the time there was a portion of it considered the most expensive mile of road on the planet Earth. And that kind of cut right across many neighborhoods and displaced, many people, and just created a havoc. Many, white American families were moving out of the city into the suburbs, which left a large immigrant population of especially Puerto Ricans, Caribbean populations, African Americans, and Latin populations towards, the inner cities, Bronx, Queens, things like that. And due to this and other, job diminishing factors, there was a rise of violence, gang violence, things like that. And this kind of caused a lot of businesses and business owners to close down shop, pack everything up and just move out, abandon their buildings. And because of the, less opportunities for jobs and the less businesses, a lot of the youth, which was kind of, deemed the term the urban youth, they, had to turn their recreation to the streets and find, entertainment and belonging, somewhere. And that somewhere happened to be, outside in these abandoned buildings where these huge block parties, would kind of take place. And a lot of these, block parties, they had Caribbean populations, Latin populations, like I was talking about, African Americans, and they all kind of brought, staples of a little bit of their culture and their background, all together into these abandoned warehouses, buildings, things like that. and they kind of started to, gain a little bit of a pattern. People would bring these sound systems, which were kind of a part of Jamaican culture, actually. Well, not culture, but many musical and musician based, artists in Jamaica would bring their mobile sound systems with them. And that eventually, developed into turntables, DJ equipment, things like that. There would be artists, singers coming to, perform. People would lay down sheets of cardboard on the floor to make a, makeshift dance floor. And because all these, empty brick walls were there because of, the abandoned buildings, naturally the youth just started, bringing their cans of spray paint, their art equipment, and doing graffiti on these walls, which kind of all these staples are actually key elements of hip hop. If you look up the definition, there's, a certain brand of elements, certain characteristics that the music and the subculture, talks about, and all these are present. And because of, these reoccurring block parties, the genre of hip hop, slowly started to emerge. And it wasn't really, a lot of the new and present genres of music, they come from past genres like blues, jazz, coming from folk, and spiritual songs. But hip hop just kind of emerged from the blending of not only African American but Caribbean and Latin, populations as well, which was really excellent to see. And eventually that led to some of the earliest known hip hop artists and producers, which Chanita will go into further.
Okay, to start off, as we said before, the Bronx, a borough in New York City, is where hip hop originated. This is where various artists such as Sugar Hill Gang, Run DMC, and NWA came from, to name a few. Sugar Hill Gang was composed of a trio of local rappers and saw great success with their debut single, Rapper's Delight. Rapper's Delight became very famous in 1979, and this success helped hip hop go from being a local phenomenon to a much larger scale. And when we're talking about Run DMC, it was an influential rap group in the 1980s. They were mostly known for being associated with Adidas gear and known to rock Adidas shoe and gear, and even made a song called My Adidas. And they also signed with Adidas Corporation a 1.5 million promotion deal. They have other songs such as Walk This Way featuring Aerosmith, and they're also featured in a Run DMC Adidas commercial. Now, another genre of rap that was very influential was gangster rap, and here we see various groups that came about, such as NWA, which was composed of many known rappers like Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and DJ Yella. They were known for promoting gangster rap and being ruthless by rapping about the inner city struggles with no filters. One of their most famous songs is Straight Out of Compton, which talks about inner city struggles and the places that they grew up, and it resonated with a lot of their audience, especially when speaking about issues like crime, police brutality, and hardship. And also, as you know, Straight Out of Compton is also a movie showing the group and what they went through that I recommend that you view.
Thank you, Chanita. So, as you guys mentioned, hip hop can be traced back to South Bronx, New York, in the 1970s. The 1970s is known as the birth of hip hop, and like Mark said, it included DJ Kool Herc, considered the father of hip hop, where block parties and break beats was very famous. Something that characterizes this era is Rapper's Delight, a song that made achieved mainstream success. And then moving on, the 1980s is known as the golden era. And really, artists like Run DMC, LL Cool J, and Public Enemy brought political and social commentary into hip hop. In the late 1980s, the West Coast sounds artists like NWA became more famous and emerged on the scene, and hip hop became more of a storytelling type of genre. Then following came the 1990s, which brought forth a lot of diversity and an alternative hip hop sound that combined with the West Coast sound. Then the 2000s witnessed a genre blending sound with artists like Eminem and Southern hip hop acts such as Outkast. Then the mid 20s, we see Kanye West really emerge with a genre blending productions, really a different sound, really, and each era built upon the last. Hip hop remains a testament to the resilience, adaptability, and impact of the musical and cultural landscape.
Thank you, Briana. So now I will be talking about the debate surrounding referring to the 80s or 90s as the golden age of hip hop. So as Briana stated, the late 1980s and early 1990s are generally characterized as the golden age of hip hop, as it is when the genre experienced significant growth, creativity, and cultural impact. This era is significant because it signifies the emergence of many influential artists, groundbreaking albums, and a distinctive sound that laid the foundation for the future of the genre. However, there is debate over whether or not calling the 80s to 90s the golden age of hip hop is appropriate, as many critics argue that it may undermine the advancements and the achievements of artists in contemporary times, and it can downplay what is currently happening in the hip hop genre today. Many argue that it romanticizes the past and overlooks the contributions of these later artists, and it ignores social and technological changes that have occurred since the 90s, and it has ignored the changes in society, technology, and culture that are definitely responsible for evolving the genre. And many say that the idea of a golden age is subjective and based on personal music tastes. What one person considers to be the golden age of hip hop may not resonate with someone who appreciates the diversity and innovation of later hip hop eras. It is, in the end, the perception of the golden age of hip hop is completely subjective and varies among individuals based on personal preferences, experiences, and understanding of the genre's evolution. The debate around the term continues as new generations of hip hop artists emerge and each contribute more to the evolution and development of the genre.
Wow, that was excellent stuff. I feel like we definitely covered all facets of, the entire genre, from the beginning to the evolution to, the debate about the golden era. So we want to thank you guys for, tuning in wherever you guys may be listening from. And you will definitely be hearing more from us. So thank you. Thank you for listening.